Hello and welcome to the weekly Kashmir University Video Digest Quest. First, a look at the highlights. University and JK Bank sign many MOUs. Workshop on enhancing teaching competencies commences. And NSS organized summer internship on Swachh Bharat. Now the details of these events with your host Omar Malik. The University of Kashmir signed multiple memorandums of understanding with the JK Bank. Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Bhatt signed the MOUs on behalf of the university, while as President Abdul Rashid Shegan put in his signatures representing the JK Bank. The first agreement was regarding the establishment of a building owned by the bank housing its business unit along with a digital lounge within the campus. In the second agreement, the university bestowed the bank with the most preferred banker status for its all banking related services exclusively. The bank also reciprocated the most favored client status to the University of Kashmir, which entitles its employees to avail an array of special benefits and privileges, including the bank's unique product, PhonePe Loan, wherein the client shall be entitled to a loan within 2 hours of the call. After the formal stone-laying ceremony, Registrar Professor Khurshid Ahmed Bhatt, while welcoming the guests, stressed the importance of opening this bank unit in the campus.
Today we have laid the foundation stone of the digital branch of Jammu and Kashmir Bank here in the main campus. The branch will be exclusively meant for the employees and the students of the university. This will be the state-of-the-art banking center, meeting the demands of all stakeholders for more efficient and hassle-free banking services based on most modern technology. The unique feature of this bank, among other features, would be there will be a less human interface. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have laid the foundation stone for this modern banking center. We hope that this association with J&K Bank will only expand further, and there will be a collaborations in other mutual areas of interest.
Speaking on the occasion, Chairman and CEO JK Bank, Mr. Parvez Ahmed, said that the bank is planning to have many more initiatives for the university to preserve this asset of the state.
Today, as a part of the CSR, we have announced lot many initiatives which have been already brought to your notice by Registrar Professor Khurshid Saab, who has been instrumental in taking this relationship forward, and I am thankful to him. And you will see that the initiatives which we have taken, it is only a beginning. We want to take a number of the initiatives which will help us to strengthen our relationship with this great institution. I will also like to point out that, one of the best features about our state is that we are blessed couple of the very good institutions, and it is very essential to preserve the autonomy and support these institutions, because these are our assets and it is our responsibility to nourish them and safeguard them. So far the J&K Bank is concerned, I assure you, the role it has been assigned to play a catalyst role in the socio-economic development of the J&K state, we are trying our best to achieve that particular objective.
While congratulating the JK Bank chairman for having a dedicated team at its disposal, Vice Chancellor Professor Khurshid Iqbal Indrabi said that the only thing that was missing between the bank and the university was the personal touch.
I want to put this on record. We had at some point decided to allocate land. All the formalities were actually taken care of. The offer was reasonably tantalizing. But then we did not go ahead with this simply because of that conscience here, that sense of belonging to the Jammu and Kashmir Bank that made us resist, that made us slightly sway away, delay the proceedings, until these guys came by and started basically catching us by our collars that you can do this. I must confess that we also wanted these guys to be a little more conscious of the fact that actually stretched them to a point where they actually turned out to be the kind of dedicated team they turned out they are. I must congratulate the Kashmir Bank chairman to have a team of this sort. Ladies and gentlemen, business interests do not necessarily forge relationships. I think the motivation is slightly different than those business interests. With Jammu and Kashmir Bank, we've always felt like a family. The only thing was that there was no personal interaction and personal touch.
Chief Proctor Professor Nasir Iqbal proposed the vote of thanks. The School of Education and Behavioral Science organized a 7-day workshop on enhancing teaching competencies through micro-teaching. Dean and Head, Department of Education and Behavioral Science, Professor Muhammad Iqbal Mattu, in his inaugural address, regretted that the advices and recommendations put before the various governments have not been implemented.
The Education Commission 1964-66 has stressed investment in teacher education can yield very rich dividends because the financial resources required are small. When measured against the resulting improvement in education of millions, first-rate teacher training institution can thus play a crucial role in the development of education. Looking into the reports of various educational commissions in post-independence period, it is clearly evident that the program of teacher education requires closer scrutiny and improvement. The educationists and administrators have expressed dissatisfaction regarding the present teacher education program and recommended the measures for its professional improvement. Unfortunately, those recommendations by and large have not been implemented. The quality of training institutions remains, with few exceptions, either mediocre or poor.
Dean Research Professor Zafar Ahmed Rishi impressed upon the participants that they should do what they are passionate about.
One thing is that, foremost thing is that you should do, what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy doing teaching, you should do it. If you do not enjoy teaching, you should not do it. I mean, as more often than not, what happens to us is we could be very brilliant. I mean, painting, we could be brilliant sportspersons, we could be brilliant elsewhere, but we may not be good at teaching because it doesn't interest us. Now, no amount of training, no amount of effort is going to help. For me, I must tell you that I enjoy teaching. As registrar, I would get, say, frustrated at times. And the only way of, say, de-stressing myself was to go to department, take class, right, for 2 hours. And then I would get this feeling that I had done a very good job. It's a different story whether students liked that lecture or not, but I felt very relaxed. And then I use teaching as a stress-busting technique also for myself. When I get, say, stressed, I go to class because I enjoy it. And then that feeling when you are leaving the classroom, that feeling of having delivered a good lecture is priceless. And then if you get that feeling, you were made for this job. And if you do not get this feeling, naturally you have to look for something else, isn't it, if it is not too late. Anyway, there was some time, I mean, the genre of teachers like Professor A.G. Madhosh, I believe, is dwindling, fast dwindling. They were professionally committed, and the quality of debate that used to happen in the University of Kashmir was of very high order.
Associate Professor Taslima Jan proposed the vote of thanks. Assistant Professor Manzoor Ahmed Rathak conducted the proceedings of the event. Later, many experts also spoke on the occasion. The National Service Scheme, in collaboration with EMMRC Kashmir University, organized an orientation cum review program on summer internship Swachh Bharat scheme. Students from Amar Singh College, Nawakadal College, Women's College, MA Road and Government High Secondary School Hazratbal participated in the program. Newly appointed NSS coordinator Mr. Tariq Abdullah reminded students that in order to succeed, one has to be disciplined and focused.
और आज अगर सिर्फ एहसास पैदा होगा, कल आप में वो बोलने की हिम्मत भी आएगी। और जब आप एक टीम के साथ इस मिशन को आगे ले जाएंगे, चाहे वो क्लीनलीनेस हो, चाहे वो मॉरल वैल्यूज़ हों, चाहे वो सोसाइटियल एवल्स हों, उन पे सर पे आपको बात करनी है। हर जगह आपको अपनी आवाज़ उठानी है, यहाँ पर अपनी एनर्जी को यूज़ कीजिए ना। ये कहा जाता है कि अल्लाह ने इंसान में इतनी सलाहियतें दी हैं कि वो उसका 2-3% भी इस्तेमाल नहीं करता है, बाकी वो वेस्ट जाता है कब्र में। जब वो आदमी इस दुनिया से जाता है तो अनयूटिलाइज्ड जाता है, बिकॉज ही और शी हैज़ नॉट यूटिलाइज्ड द पोटेंशियल, अपने पोटेंशियल को। इसलिए पोटेंशियल को यूटिलाइज करने के लिए सबसे पहली बात जो है वो डिसिप्लिन कायम करना है, एंड डिसिप्लिन इज़ द बेसिक थिंग। यू हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज द थिंग्स, you have to prioritize your working hours, you have to prioritize your education, you have to prioritize your duties, you have to prioritize the love towards your parents, you have to prioritize the love towards your teachers. Then and only then you can become the voice of students, the voice of disciplined and well-behaved and well-mannered students.
Saying that raising environmental awareness is important before one can blame people, Mrs. Shafakat Kakru, teacher at Government Higher Secondary School Hazratbal, said that charity begins from home.
We all are aware of the fact कि हम घरों को साफ रखते हैं, we segregate the things. Last time municipality वालों ने ये हमें घर आके कहा कि just biodegradable और non kitchen waste उसको अलग कर दीजिए, and we started that. Okay, तो I saw कि they are just ये तो और mix कर रहे हैं इसमें, तो मैंने कहा उसको आपने तो last time कहा कि हम इसको segregate कर रहे हैं, and his answer was कि नो व्हाट इज़ द फन, इट्स ओनली, ये तो बिल्कुल आपका घर है जो हमें 2 डस्टबिन, अब किसी ने कॉपरेट ही नहीं किया, नोबडी इज़ गोइंग टू कॉपरेट टू दिस सेग्रीगेशन। नतीजा इसका मतलब ये है कि वी आर लीस्ट बॉदर्ड, कि हम लोग मतलब एफर्ट्स नहीं करना चाहते हैं। नहीं तो व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन यूरोप, व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज एंड वी पीपल? इट्स ओनली द सिविक सेंस, इट्स ओनली द अवेयरनेस। हालांकि अवेयरनेस होके भी हम उसको अप्लाई नहीं करते हैं। तो आज के दिन आई एम सो मच थैंकफुल टू द यूनिवर्सिटी, टू तारिक साहब स्पेशली, कि उन्होंने ऐसा प्रोग्राम मुनक्कद किया और हमारे बच्चों को भी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी फराहम हो गई, और हम सबको, क्योंकि थोड़ा बहुत हमें तो बैंड डोल बजाऊँ, हमें तो डोल बजा मतलब वनुन, तो बाकी आहिस्ता आहिस्ता कतरे कतरे से ही जो है समंदर बन जाती है।
Program officer at Women's College MA Road, Dr. Hina Qadri, said that they adopted a swampy area in Dulgate area to raise awareness about the environmental degradation.
So there was pollution everywhere, but जहाँ तक उनसे बनता है, they have tried to keep their vicinities clean. But on the large scale जो है वो वहाँ पे there is pollution everywhere. That was also a good mission. हमने जहाँ पे हमारे साथ 18 volunteers हमने deploy किए, और 18 volunteers के साथ हम उस mission पे गए. Recently we had a cleanliness drive within our college campus also, where NSS volunteers participated, and of course एक seminar भी हमने रखा था recently, again related to addressing to the environmental problems, जहाँ हमने कोशिश की कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा awareness करें, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा sensitize करें बच्चों को about these environmental issues.
Program officer at Amar Singh College, Mr. Asif Kausa, told participants that during the awareness drives, they remind people about the importance of segregating waste materials.
Today we went to a area called Soontkol. It's around Dal Lake, Dulgate side. It's in the vicinity of SP College. If people will go there, we will see there are a lot of waste, plastic waste lying on the roads. It's very important to segregate it at the source, because you have seen the movie also that when it goes inside those dumping yards, then it becomes very difficult to segregate it. So it will be better if we segregate it at source, so that it will become easy for them also to do some procedures or other methods to segregate it or to decompose this waste.
On the occasion, an award-winning film by engineer Abdul Rashid of EMMRC University of Kashmir was telecast.
Water conservation is already a concern in places ranging from California to India. But the world's water is in great danger because of leaking plastics and waste. Even lakes, rivers, and wetlands have not been spared. These too are turning into dumping sites.
Speaking on the occasion, engineer Abdur Rashid narrated how he came across renowned experts while making documentary on the solid waste management.
मैंने शुरू की डॉक्यूमेंट्री तो फॉर्चुनेटली उस वक्त जो मतलब चीफ मिनिस्टर थे उन्होंने एक कमेटी को यहाँ पे बुलाया था फॉर दिस इशू मतलब सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के हवाले से 2 पर्सन्स को बुलाया था. एक था प्रोफेसर माले. He is basically an environmentalist or scientist we can talk about क्योंकि वर्ल्ड वाइड जितने भी सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट जो रिलेटेड इश्यूज हैं ही इज़ द बेसिकली एक्सपर्ट. तो उन्होंने अपने साथ एक लेडी को लाया था. शी इज़ प्रोफेसर अलमित्रा पटेल. शी इज़ बेसिकली मतलब फर्स्ट टाइम मतलब इन इंडिया उन्होंने सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ये सॉलिड वेस्ट का जो इशू है ये उठाया कि ये तब तक कोई नहीं जानता था कि ये इशू है.
That's all for today's episode. Log on to our website emmrckashmir.com where you can check the latest episode of The Quest. You can also watch it on our YouTube channel, that is KU Television. Do send us your valuable suggestions at our email address, that is quest@emmrckashmir.com. Before I take your leave, here are a few words of wisdom. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.